in companies we find that change the culture and mindsets of their managers is where the CEO actually really believes that gender balance will deliver corporate performance. And it's a focus on gender, not on diversity. Many companies have put gender as a subdivision of diversity, which I think is not very helpful if they want to quickly profit from the issue of actual gender balance, which is probably the biggest, lowest hanging fruit opportunity in most countries of the globe. Any company that's ignoring 60% of university graduates and is recruiting the majority of its leadership talent from a 40% of the talent pool cannot statistically be getting the best brains. So quality will be affected if they continue to promote almost exclusively men. There's been a lot of research that shows that companies that are more gender balanced in their leadership teams today are already outperforming their competitors by very significant margins on profitability, return to shareholders, and return on equity. If that's not enough data, there's more than enough data to be convincing people. What there isn't is enough leaders who are showing and explaining the data to their own internal teams and guiding them through why they have to change and how they have to change. There's a lot of interest in how do male and females differ in their management and leadership styles. And I'm a little, it's early days yet, so I'm a little loth to, because typically when we start to talk about that, we stereotype and we say, you know, men are like this and women are like that. I'm not convinced. The research is early. I think it's enough to say if women are 60% of the educated talent, having a team that's all male is not using the educated brains at disposal in our countries. That should be enough reason to balance. And anybody who's had experience, all the CEOs we routinely interview, when you've had experience of an all-male team or an all-female team, and you compare that to a gender-balanced team, you just see that the balance brings a tremendous amount of difference in terms of the team dynamics, the way the people work together. Male teams do tend to be much more competitive among themselves. Bringing in some degree of gender balance does create a very different way of working together and very different perspectives on almost any product customer discussion. There was just a wonderful CEO that got interviewed in the Financial Times last week who said the financial services industry doesn't need regulation, it needs gender balance. And if you had 50-50 men and women running banks, we probably wouldn't have gone through this last financial crisis.